Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Bluesky because apparently the right has a problem with Bluesky.
No shit. It's like every other article. It's like they're lockstep.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this because, the mainstream media and all the outlets and the personalities that have propped up the mainstream left-wing media, they love Bluesky because it's Twitter 2017. They love it. And now they're doing damage control for it, even though we've had people like Rob Reiner kind of rage quit it or step away from it for a while because he's like, it's the worst of Twitter all in one place. And,
it's like the same thing. It's just, your flavor of it.
It's your flavor of
crap.
Yeah. So we'll talk about this because I could be wrong, but the vibe I'm getting is the people that are flocking to Bluesky are the people that don't like Elon Musk taking over Twitter because they want it. They want to be in control of the narrative. That
and the fact that they're over there, they get caught, they get pushed back for some of the stuff they say, but they think if they go there, they can say whatever. And basically the same thing they accuse everybody on X, Twitter of doing. They just want to do it on their own platform.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to clownfishminus.com. You'll get exclusive content. We got some new products here. I'm putting some new products in.
And we're going to have a handful of signed things coming.
Those are coming this weekend. So we did find a handful of Bubbly Steves. They're the last Bubbly Steve plushies we have, and we do have some signed pins, and we're going to be selling those on the site as well. But check out our merch. Go out to clownfishtv.locals.com. You can also get the same exclusive content over there if you don't want to go to the website. So thank you for the support. Let's talk about this. Wow, this is crazy. So this one right here, what is this, Newsweek? Conservatives join Bluesky and they face abuse and censorship.
Wow, Newsweek's just going all in lately.
Yeah, they are. So let's look at Bluesky. If you're not logged in, this is what comes up on the homepage. I actually do have a Bluesky account. I've had one for like a year now.
Yeah, before they all ran to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are a lot of the same people that actually had kind of control of Twitter for a while. Someone called this mass exodus from Twitter, the fall of the Broman Empire, and I died laughing. John Scalzi, he also had a pretty big presence on Twitter pre-Elon. There we have a nice waterfall, but here we go.
What was the waterfall about? Did it say?
No, just a waterfall.
Okay,
That's
good.
pretty.
Just see that more of
That's
that,
what we
please.
used to
More
see.
Fred.
More Fred Wellman. That's what we used to see on Twitter back in the day. It was mostly cat videos, wholesome memes, and people's artwork. And then it just started getting weirdly political. Then all of a sudden we get this. I want you to punch Nazis. Punch every GD one of them. 22,000 likes.
Define what a Nazi is. Are you talking about people who you think voted for Trump? Or are you talking about people who are pro-Palestine? I mean, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
So we've got, anti-Musk. We've got anti-RFK. So this is exactly this is exactly what you would have seen on Twitter a couple of years ago.
That's awesome. That I like. See that? No, I like that. More of space.
It's not AI, guys. It's actually the.
I like that. More of that.
Yeah, I thought they were Dementors at first. I thought it's like, oh my God, the Dementors are coming. It's like, oh no, it's actually outer space. That's pretty cool. Here we have, defending Fauci. Sure, I spent 50 years of my life studying viruses just so I could trick rednecks into wearing paper masks. That was my career goal.
So that's what gets me, Carrie. This is what gets me. They keep going by this. They keep trying to make it a political thing. And I remember I was there. That there were a lot of Democrats who did not get the shot. And questioned the stuff. And there were a lot of Republicans who got it and wore masks and didn't question it and still do. So it wasn't really a political thing. You keep making it out to be.
Yeah, everything's become political. Because I remember when they first announced, since we're going down that rabbit hole, the vaccine, since Trump was actually the one that greenlit the vaccines with the Operation Warp Speed, a lot of Democrats, including Kamala Harris, said they were not going to take those vaccines because they didn't think they were safe because Trump. But then when they come out under the Biden administration, then they're okay. You know what I'm saying? Everything is so weirdly political. Tesla was good. He was making electric cars. That was good for the environment. Oh, now we don't like his politics. Now Tesla bad.
I like this Texas Paul. At this point, if you own a Tesla or buy a Tesla or use Starlink, I just think you're a bad person. Dude, I think if you own a Tesla, you have way too much money.
Yeah.
And if you're posting on Bluesky, you're probably a bad person. So I'm just like,
oh God, let's look at this article. This is interesting. This comes from Newsweek. A growing number of conservatives have been joining Bluesky, the alternative to X, formerly Twitter. And I want to remind people that Jack Dorsey, who was the founder of Twitter, was also the co-founder of Bluesky.
I know, right?
And he left the board earlier this year and said, no, go to X because Bluesky is kind of a lost cause. I just putting that out because it basically became Twitter. The reason he did that is Twitter was too far gone and the same people went over to Bluesky and junked it all up. He said they've faced censorship from the platform or widespread abuse. Now, if you're going over there specifically to troll people, yeah, probably. But if you're just, and some people said they had very mild conservative opinions over there, and they got banned. One prominent conservative social media user said their Bluesky account was shut down after they posted there are only two genders, while another was slapped with a content warning after labeling Rachel Levine, a trans woman in the Biden administration, as Man of the Year. Some people are going over there deliberately to troll. And like, look, I'm going to tell you not to do that. I'm telling you right now, don't do that. But
if you're going to do it, we can't stop you.
But if you're going to do it, we can't stop you. But I'm just saying, be prepared because they're gonna ban you. Like
you come in here and you call yourself, Red Sky. They're gonna be like, oh no, man. So
it's called Blue Tide. So I mean, this is, and we're going to talk about this more in another video. But I'm so like, we are literally in a place right now where we have kind of a civil Cold War over social media. We've got red social media and blue social media. It's weird.
It is weird.
It is. But for the longest time, it was all blue. Actually, no, that's not true.
That was a Babylon Bee who posted the
It was a Babylon Bee, yeah. They said one prominent, yeah, well, Babylon Bee is going to do that, right? They're talking about Bluesky has recorded explosive growth since Trump's election victory, hitting 20 million users for the first time on Tuesday. Just a reminder, X still has about 600 million.
But also
users.
a reminder, Bluesky was been around for a while, and Bluesky, people are going to Bluesky for different accounts. People who have accounts on Bluesky often have an account on Twitter. And that doesn't mean that it's not like a either or for a lot of people. Plus, there's a lot of people on there who are conservative also. So it's not just like all left, like the media keeps spinning it. That's not true either. And the fact that they keep banning people because they're conservative or they say something that maybe isn't that bad. Like, I mean, okay, the Man of the Year thing was a bit much, but if you say like, there are two genders or something, that shouldn't be bannable, a bannable offense,
Yeah, well, the thing is that everybody's...
Well, it's science. As long as it's a science I want to hear.
Everybody's narking on each other already over there. I mean, it's like they buckled under the weight of all the flagging, right? Because everybody's like, they're going over there, and it's Twitter 2017, but there's zero counterbalance. They're talking about how Newsmax, they were an early adopter. They've been there since February. They have 24,000 posts. 24,000 posts. They only have 695 followers. And they're probably hate followers too. So apparently this is the one that got them banned from Twitter. They said in March 2022, Babylon Bee shared the same story on Twitter and they got banned, and then Elon Musk reversed the ban. The post sparked a backlash from other Bluesky users, with one commenting, "The Babylon Bee is funny as prostate cancer." There are
I think I remember these. Yes.
Yeah, suicide rates in the trans community are high because of biggest shit like this. Stop it. Not everyone was so critical. With a third user writing, "I'm really happy you hit a raw nerve." This is the problem. Bluesky is basically Twitter without any breaks, right? And this is what Twitter would be. So if you ever question the direction of X, and I do think in some ways, and this is my personal opinion, I think in some ways maybe the pendulum is swinging a little further right, but it's because a lot more right wingers are, one, they're not censored like they were before, and two, they're coming to the platform.
I don't think it's just right wingers. I think it's just people in the middle that
I can just say what I want.
Because I mean, we're not talking like just mild takes would get you, dogpiled. And I think that people voted, the way they did because they got really tired of constantly being told they're a bigot if they don't agree with something that's, sometimes downright insane. And then, people that if they're like saying they're doing it for you and you're that group, the protected group that they're saying they're doing it for, and then they're taking it too far and you say, I don't like this, they call you a bigot.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think you just pushed everybody too far in general.
So this is the guy in charge of the Babylon Bee, and he said, "Thanks for the warm welcome. Your mother should have aborted you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Step into traffic." Why is it the go-to always violence?
Yeah.
Why do they always?
Well, you answered your question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've seen this so much with, like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on politically. You should not be wishing for violence or harm against people.
No, I mean, you see it far more on one side than the other, and that's another reason I think people were moving more to the right.
They said more, so they're making it out like it's this mass exodus to Bluesky of the right. They said more than 1,000 accounts have been created. 1,000 have been created on Bluesky that have MAGA or Trump in the profiles.
That's what I'm saying. People on both sides. Well, they're probably parody accounts, to be fair. Yeah. But like, I don't think it's just only Democrats are over there and only Republicans are on the other. I don't think that at all.
So this is interesting. Mark Cuban, a noted Kamala Harris supporter during the election, has spoken out against attacks on Trump supporters on Bluesky. Why are Trump supporters not wanted? You don't have to follow them. You can block them. You can filter words. Don't you want Bluesky to have all perspectives? No.
No, they don't. That's the point.
They don't. It says as long as it's civil, why not welcome different viewpoints? Because that's what they were
told to kill himself.
Yeah, probably is Mark Cuban. This is exactly what Twitter was becoming, and this is why.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's why he was about fees for free speech. So basically, he's just like, but he says, yeah, I think the worst thing we can do in the site is recreate the ad hominem personal attacks that occur across Twitter. He's trying to make it sound like, oh, we're different, but you're not different. That's just it. No. It's just everybody's going there so they can talk their shit and not worry about getting banned for it. That's what's different.
I mean, just come out and say what it is. Basically, Bluesky is a safe space for Twitter refugees who want to roll the clock back to 2017 Twitter when they had all the control. And that's fine, but just say that's what it is, because that's what it is. Now, as far as people going over there and creating accounts, like you said, people have profiles on both. And if you're a brand, you're probably going to want to mark your territory, because all these brands are like, oh, there's a new social media platform. We got to make sure we have a presence over there because we can market to people. I'm like, I don't know. A lot of people over here, I don't think they spend money. If it's the same audience as Twitter had, like,
that's a new thing. It's like you make the laughing thing when they're pointing at the bird, but you make a laughing thing pointing at the butterfly and say, oh, I see you have a Bluesky account. I love this idiot has a Bluesky account. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I get it. Part of me, like, I'll be honest, like, part of me wishes that Twitter would go back to like 2010 Twitter, where it was,
I prefer let's share cute cat things and uplifting things. That's just me.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just like, I just think it's funny though, because the media keeps perpetuating it as it's the place for leftists and it's this, that, and the other, but it really isn't. And it's just as toxic. It's just their flavor of toxicity. You know what I mean?
That's just it.
At least on X, you're allowed to speak no matter which side you're on.
Now, it wasn't always
right now. I know now.
I mean, but the thing is, they don't like that they get pushback, because before the deck was definitely stacked in favor of left-wingers.
Yeah, I really hate it when people are like that, when they're like, I can say whatever I want, but you can't say anything back. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah. So he said they're talking, let's see, speaking of Newsweek, this is Mark Shanahan, an associate professor of political engagement in the UK's University of Surrey and co-editor of The Trump Presidency, From Campaign Trail to World Stage. He said the exodus to Bluesky was a direct result of Musk's leadership of X. He said, for many, X has become a nasty place where lies and conspiracies have bloomed unchecked.
I would argue that's how it was, before he bought it, too. Actually, I'd argue that now. I'd argue it then. There
are more safeguards. They actually have community notes now. And the community notes are, for the most part, I think they're pretty accurate.
Oh my God, it goes on. There's a nuance. The word nuance of reasonable discussion has been lost because the propensity of many users to see life as serious as simple binaries. Oh my God. You want to talk about this? I don't like Star Wars. Well, you're a bigot. Yeah, I don't like Ray. You're a misogynist. I'm going to call you, I'm a dude. I'm going to call you a fair, vagina in Spanish and stuff like that because I'm going to show you bullshit. If it's now, it was then too. It was then too. I'd argue if it's been ramped up, it's because people aren't being censored like they were before because you voted a certain way or you had a wrong opinion, you were censored. And it was a problem. And they even proved that people were being shadow banned and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So bullshit. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to swear by this one because it is bull. That you it was better then, and it's so different now. That is not true. It was so toxic before Musk bought it that Disney had looked at buying it, and they said, Iger said they wouldn't buy it because it was toxic then. So bull crap. Take that poop and stick it right back up because you're full of it.
So this is interesting because they actually had on CNN of all places, they actually showed that the balance of X now is pretty much a 50-50 split. And basically your timeline is who you interact with.
That, or I think they were saying that they were before that. I don't know if they still are. They were deliberately sharing things that they knew would trigger people, so they keep fighting because it was interaction. I don't know if that's the case now.
Then they can sell ads, right?
But that's what they were doing.
Yeah. So this is Thomas Gift, who's a political scientist who heads the Center on U.S. Politics at the University of College London.
Why were you going to UK and London for stuff?
I don't know, because you're not allowed to say anything over there, I guess, without getting in trouble. But he said, at present, Bluesky is an ideological echo chamber for liberals.
No shit.
He said, with many progressives migrating to Bluesky, the one upside is that X now appears to better reflect the political diversity of the United States as a whole. Once dominated by left-leaning voices, particularly media, policy, and academic elites, the platform has become noticeably more moderate in its composition under Elon Musk. That's true even as critics have pointed out the problems with X, such as the charge it contains more hateful speech and amplifies the content of Musk and his allies. At the same time, liberals who have made the move to Bluesky will find themselves even more cocooned in an ideological echo chamber than they were before.
That's what they want.
That's what they want.
That's what you want. That's what you don't understand is that we've seen this time and time again, especially like with pop culture and stuff. They only want to hear their own thoughts repeated back to them. They want their safe space. That's why it's appealing to them. That's why they're immediately banning people for just saying, hey, it's the wrong person. It's because they want to hear only their own opinions. They want to sniff their own farts, and then they're going to be like, why did we lose the election? Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're completely oblivious to this fact. This is the Atlantic. The right has a Bluesky problem. The exodus is weakening a way for conservatives to speak to the masses.
No, it's really not, because a lot of people have accounts on both. And there's not that many people on Bluesky, comparatively speaking.
No, I mean, we're talking a fraction of X, and basically it's all the people that were disenchanted with Elon Musk and they want to roll it back, and also probably brands that want to make sure they're wherever they think they need to be, right? Mm-hmm. But this is an overall trend. I mean, you want to talk about being on the wrong side of it. Right after the election, MSNBC viewership cratered, CNN cratered, and Fox went up 41%. And people are joining X too. So they're trying to spin this narrative that X is dying now and everybody's so disgusted.
There's 1 million new subscribers a day and stuff, but how many new subscribers does X get?
It's getting quite a few. I'd have to look into that more.
But I'm just saying, it's like apples to apples. I mean, it's like, are they growing as fast to catch up? I don't think so. And I think it's going to be a finite number.
Yeah, I think so. I think basically, I mean, they're making out like it's a big deal. Like Bluesky has 7 million new users in 2 weeks. 21 million users. That's still, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot. And I think all the people that are going to go, for the most part, and when you've got people like Rob Reiner that are pretty far left, and he goes over there and he's like, God, this place is like the worst of Twitter.
It's insufferable, yeah.
It's insufferable. And I think a lot of these other celebrities are going to face the same problem.
Let them over there. They're just going to eat each other.
They're going to eat each other. That's all
that's going to happen. Stay out, let them. Just sit back and watch. You don't have to do anything. They're just going to eat each other.
Yeah. And this is the CEO who...
looks like an AI. It's not, but it looks AI.
But again, when Jack Dorsey, who was more left, right? I'd say he's center left. He bolted and he said, there's no hope for Bluesky, just go to X. And
we're center left. We were. And it's like, but at this point in time, if you're even like slightly right of far left, you're alt-right. So
the CEO is saying it's billionaire proof in the way everything is designed. So if someone bought or if the Bluesky company went down, everything's open source. What happened to Twitter couldn't happen to us in the same way, because you'd always have the option to immediately move without having to start over. If it's open source, can't you just make your own Red Sky?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fork, just, what I'm saying?
If it's open source, I'm just like, wait, so everything's open source, then anybody can take it.
It's Red Dawn. But so I don't know, guys. I mean, we'll see. I would say if you're going over there to intentionally cause problems, don't do that, because it's the same thing that happens on other social media platforms where you have activist trolls come over and try to cause problems, or they come into the comments and they try. If you're looking for trouble, you know, but if you're just over there posting and you're just like, hey, yeah, and today I went to church. Oh my God, you can't say that. I'm triggered.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, and it's like, okay, then that's taking it a little too far. But we'll see how it pans out. I don't know. Everybody wants an echo chamber, right? We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.